I can hear y'all now. Awesome. We'll give just a second then for some people to hop back on here. Sorry about that, guys. Sometimes the mic just doesn't want to cooperate. And
Hello?
can't do anything once we started other than just turn it off and start back over.
Sometimes, yes.
Are we interrupting you?
No, I did not. I'll call you back. I'll call you back. Bye.
You all right?
Apparently somebody under the same name as me ordered a transmission.
Huh.
Weird.
All right, so we'll get rolling. Wade is here. I don't know if you heard him when he first opened up the door, but he is on jury duty right now. So he has only been here since what, like 3 maybe?
Yeah, like 2:30, 3 o'clock.
Yeah. So
he came in looking dapper too.
Yeah, he was all G'd up from the feet up. So he's out working on a truck right now that I think he's tired of working on, but hopefully he'll be back soon. So we'll roll into it. We'll be here. If we need something, we'll go get Wade or whatnot. Brody, I see you. I thought we had responded to your message last. It's probably gotten buried. Will you just hit a message on there that says bump or something like that, and we'll jump back and get it. If we haven't said something in a couple of days, what happens on our messages in Facebook is we get so many of them, they get buried. And then sometimes we miss them. Yeah. But we try to get them on, not leave them open-ended. So we'll dive right in. Hope everybody had a wonderful Thanksgiving last week. Was that just last week? That feels like it was 2 months ago. Yeah, But hope everybody enjoyed that. Hope everybody got to do whatever they wanted to do, whether it was take 2 days off, whether they wanted to go out shopping or whatnot. We had a huge Black Friday sale. Had huge Black Friday numbers. We'd really like to thank all of you all that came and purchased from us over the Black Friday weekend. And just say thank you for choosing us. It really means a lot to us. We put a lot of effort into getting you all the best possible deals we can, whether it's 10% off of an exhaust system or a free tip, free filters, free next day air. It takes a lot of time and effort. It's a lot more than just saying, hey, we're going to do this. There's a lot of back end work. So it really makes it nice when we put that much effort into it and we see so many of you guys that take advantage of it and come back and say thank you. We really appreciate that too. So Cats dominated Louisville. For those of you all that are football fans, that's a big deal for us.
Go Cats!
We absolutely put our foot on their throat. If any of you all are Louisville fans, we're sorry for that. Not really.
We needed it.
We needed it. And hopefully for you all, that will be the changing of the guard officially now. All of the Jurich stuff is gone. You all have a new slate. Good luck to you. All right, we'll jump right in and start answering some questions. You all have anything else? Did I leave anything out there?
No, you nailed it like what I was going to say.
Okay. All right. Best things to do to an LB7. That's pretty generic, so just start generic and work your way up. Whoever wants to start.
Hit it. LB7, our most popular thing that we really do, first off, first try to tackle fuel system back to, air dog, fast fuel, either one's great. Main reason is for, injectors on that truck have a real issue of going out on the LB7s. Next, a lot of guys do, EFI Live or some type of tuner there. Exhaust 4 to 5 inch, and then of course cold air intake. Then you get more into your injectors and your turbo. But starting off, I do fuel system tuning, exhaust, cold air intake on LB7 for sure.
What are some common things on an LB7 that they need to replace that are problem childs?
Well, depending on where you're at, if you're getting this truck straight out of the gate and you're buying it used or buy it off of a car lot or whatever, one thing that I would recommend is taking a look at the injector balance rates on a truck, because at that point, you get in and you might have an injector that has a high return rate causing hard start issues. But, as far as just problematic things on LB7, injectors,
Injectors, and then, your return lines and anything pretty much under the valve cover on LB7. When you change injectors, really just need to be changed altogether on that end. But, that's the biggest problem child that we see with LB7 is just the injectors there. And like Jimmy said, if you buy one or, you think you have an issue, go ahead and try to, attack it. Go to a good shop or somebody. Have them, read the injector balance rates. And if you got one bad, try to go ahead and save your money and change them all together versus just changing one at a time.
'99 Cummins programmer. Let's talk about this in two different terms. Obviously, we know what the best programmers are for them, but talk about it in terms of tapped and non-tapped programmers.
So on a VP truck like that, your 98.5 to 02 years, what you're going to get your most aggressive tuning out of is something that's going to tap the injection pump, something that can add direct timing to it, versus a programmer that would plug in under the dash and the OBD2 port is going to still add power, but it's not going to be as aggressive because it's not going to have that direct tap to the pump, such as your Smarty, Super Chip, something like that. When you jump into looking at like a Quadzilla Adrenaline or an Edge Comp, it's going to feel a little bit harder. The timing's going to be there a little bit more advanced, so it's going to be a more, more of a crisp tune, sort of to say.
What about like what Wade has on his truck? Does that have the temp to pump wires and just custom
No,
tuning?
that's more like the custom tuning thing with the MM3 on the Smarty, which I don't know. I haven't driven Wade's truck. I haven't driven a VP with MM3 on it, so I honestly couldn't tell you. It might feel the same. I don't know.
Okay. Let's roll down the next one. How can I get 2,000 horsepower out of a 5.9 12-valve Cummins?
A lot of fuel and a lot of air.
I mean, that's a
big number.
That's a big number.
I mean, that's going to be a hell of a pump, man.
You're talking about like a Hazelin motor or something there.
Yeah.
I mean, what are you doing different to the block at that point?
Oh yeah,
you're full like deck plate right there.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking like what their big pullers are. You know, like their 3.6 trucks and such.
Yeah, that's a big number on 12 valve.
Exergy, DDP, or S&S. I assume they're talking more about the sack nozzles versus doing the.
That and probably just the name brand.
That and probably the name brand, yeah. DDP and S&S. I mean, obviously we carry them, so we'll kind of touch on them.
I mean, Exergy's got a good name.
Exergy's got a good name
We've just never picked up Exergy because
that.
we can do the same thing with S&S most of the time. So, I don't know. We usually don't recommend just one brand over another. That's not our style. That's not what we're here for. We want to put you in what we think the best product for you. And part of that goes into if you come in wanting S&S, unless there's an issue with S&S for your truck, there's no reason for us to try to sway you to DDP. You clearly already want S&S. Kind of gives it a leg up on its own.
Yeah.
So, that's kind of the route. What's the best thing to do with my 7.3?
Depends on where you're wanting to go with that 7.3. If you're just wanting like a decent, daily driver, a little tow rig, obviously the three biggest things, like JT said earlier on the LB7 truck, I mean, it's going to start out to be programmer, exhaust, and cold air intake. Pretty much once you get past that point on that truck, I mean, that would make a pretty good, strong running little truck, like maybe 350, 380 horsepower range, somewhere in there. If you want to do any more than that to bump it up more, might looking at doing, upgrading high pressure oil pump like the Adrenaline, maybe do some injector work. It all just depends on where you're wanting to go with the 7.3.
Yeah, a lot of other people, have been buying a lot of the BD throttle sensitivity boosters, and that's really helped out if you're doing a little tuner and getting a better throttle response. It just feels like you've got another tuner on top of what you already have there, so that's a nice little kind of feel like you got more than what you need.
Does that say 140 people?
Yeah, we're rocking and rolling today. Okay, next thing. Any good L5P setups yet?
Man, to be honest, I mean, we haven't really been there that long. We don't know what works. We don't know what works. We don't know what doesn't work. I have a feeling. I mean, obviously down the pipe, we're gonna get into
a lot more.
Being more available, more parts being readily available to be able to figure out what works and what doesn't work. As of right now, I couldn't tell you.
Yeah. 08 LML trans temps hit 200 plus degrees. Starts to shift hard and rough downshift. Any ideas?
Blockage in a line, maybe?
Yeah. What's up in the truck, too? What do you do with the truck?
When is that happening? Are you on a grade? Are you towing?
Cold, hot?
More than I mean, when's the last time that the transmission's been serviced? Filter been changed? A lot of things go into that.
04 Common Rail, biggest injector size I can run on a stock CP3.
About 100 horse injector is all you can run on a stock CP3 on one of those trucks. Anything after that, it starts screaming for life, the CP3 does. And really, if you're going to run a bigger injector on a CP3 pump like that, I mean, I highly recommend, if you don't even have one, is either get an air dog or a fast. But 100 horse injectors, really, even that's probably too big for it. But 100 horse injector is what you're going to get best service out of for running a stock CP3.
Are banjo bolts worth getting for an 01 F250 7.3?
I've saw people where they jump and try to get like a 6 liter, a 6.4 banjo bolt kit for a 7.3. And I'm really not even sure on all that. I've just heard Wade talk about it here and there. I don't know if the orifices in the banjo bolt are bigger on the 6064 versus what the 7.3 is, and people are wanting more fuel flow there. Might hit me on the Facebook, hit me with a message, and let me get with Wade when he's back in here so I can get you a set in stone answer on that.
2024 valve. Change the... Sorry, you guys are jumping up on me. It says tapper cover gasket and timing gear housing gasket now won't boost.
Well, with that, if it won't boost... If you did the tappet cover gasket and you did the timing cover gasket, really there's nothing there that has to do with air induction.
Unless you unplugged anything.
Unless you've unplugged or hit your map sensor when you did that tappet cover, you don't have a good connection there. I would check for leaks at like the intake plenum manifold, and as well as where the intake goes in. Make sure that you don't have any busted gaskets or anything there. Make sure that you don't feel air coming out while the truck's running.
Just kind of walk back through your install.
Check everything. Check your boots too. Make sure you don't have a pinhole in the boot or something.
Any codes or anything coming up at all with that, William? We're like...
Kind of a vague question.
Yeah, we got to have a little more detail on that. 04 LB7 trans slipping and going into limp mode for valve stuck closed on 4th gear solenoid. Sound like a valve body, or is the trans going?
Trans going.
You think so?
Probably. It may be just valve body. A lot of times, though, on the LB7 such, when you start getting in limp mode like that with your training, I mean, a lot of times you start cooking a few of the clutches in there, too.
What does it need to trace to figure that out?
Really, I mean, if when it gets to that point, you're probably best off getting into like an actual transmission shop.
Or you have somebody that's good with Allison's there, too, to look at you. If you got somebody, no Chevy dealership or something like that that's messed with them, try to help you.
And those should trip codes, I think.
Yeah, it should, because it puts it back in the safety mode.
Bully Dog on a 6.2 Detroit. We actually haven't done a ton of those yet, but we've got them, and the people that have done them, I don't know if we've done them on a 6.2 yet or not, but the trucks that we have done them on, apparently they're the stuff.
And their turbos.
And their turbos are awesome too. So we're just now starting to dabble in some of the big rig stuff, but the Bully Dog big rig stuff seems to really, really go over well from a customer feedback. And that's saying something because we do not get feedback on our end. I mean, the only time you get feedback is when something didn't get to somebody on time. So that's saying a lot. Turbo fuel recommendations. Common Rail looking for 600 to 700 horse.
So on that, probably like a Fleece CP3K pump. You can even go with a PowerFlow 750. Decent EFI live tune, set 100 horse sticks, and the calibrated Power 64. Just throwing that out there in head studs. I mean, that'd probably get
system. Yeah,
I
I mean,
mean,
you'd be right
close.
there.
I mean, you'd be right there knocking on its door.
With a good set of tunes, yeah. I mean, that'd be a hot truck. Then, of course, train or clutch, whatever else you need there.
What's your go-to injector size on an LMM with compounds? Currently running stock transmission. He says, yes, I know. Get that built. Laugh out loud. Well, at least you're on the right frame of mind there, Todd. Go-to size?
You said LML?
Yeah, compound turbos. I mean, I guess they need to know a little more what your turbos are.
Was it LML or LMM?
I'm sorry, it's LMM.
Okay.
Let's assume.
Probably about what, like a 45, maybe a little bit more? I mean, with a
maybe
CP3.
like a 30 to 45. Definitely, I would upgrade to CP3, though.
And you got EFI Live. I'd say, you can get somebody, PPI, somebody like that to help you out and get you a good tune in the truck and kind of get it lined right out where you need to be. May take a few times to do some data logging and stuff to get that tune fine line, but I'm sure one of them guys can help you out, but that's probably about where you need to be for sure.
I've read that one already. Oh, these are starting to get out of order, or people are doing twice. Okay. How do I get the love? Dustin, I think you did that comment last week, or somebody else did. I don't remember.
What did they say?
How do you get the love stains out of the seat of the Dodge 3500?
Call in and ask for Dylan Pritchard.
Yeah. All right, that was a good one. I read all the way through that before I realized that it was there. So well done. What's up, guys? I'm about to do a turbo replacement on a 0460. It's stock size but upgraded internals. Also adding a blow-off valve and a tuner. How hard is it to install the blow-off valve? This is really hard to read when they keep jumping up because so many questions are coming in.
6.0?
On the blow-off valve, I have no idea how hard that is to install because I've never done one.
I don't think I've ever sold one. Anybody has tried one out either.
Especially not on a 6.0. I mean, I've saw them, on 5.9s and stuff, but we haven't had one in here to put one on. So I mean, honestly, could not tell you there. But hit me up on Facebook Messenger and I'll get you an answer for sure.
Give me a second, guys. I've got to scroll through all of you asking about Sinister questions. Can you guys get Cummins stuff?
Yes.
Yes. Yes. It's kind of a vague question.
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah, we'll have to work through it.
I don't know.
As
far as I take it back. As far as wiring harness set up, if you're doing the swap, probably not that. But I can point you in the right direction.
Yeah. I don't know that you're going to necessarily order it through us, but we've dealt with enough people. We can point you to the right websites.
I can get you.
So we don't care to do that at all.
Yeah.
2015 Cummins doing. We can't talk about that, Jonathan. Message us. Give us a call. We'll be happy to have you talk to somebody about it. Okay, LML. All right, just bought a 2011 LML with 136,000 miles. All that's done is EGR delete with H&S Minimax. How worried should I be about CP4 failing?
I mean, it's one of them things. I mean, keep it in the back of your mind. Did he say he had a lift pump?
No,
he
did. What I was going to touch on that.
Yeah, I mean, it's just one of those things. Keep in the back of your mind. Get a lift pump on the truck as soon as you can. I mean, that's not fully going to solve the problem, but it's going to help.
It's going to be a big help, too.
Yeah, I mean, it'll basically give the pump, a little bit of an extra leg. I don't know. I mean,
if you got money for the I'll get that first and try to save up for the rest.
Yeah. Eventually, you'll want to do a CP3 conversion.
What does it mean if your rig has the power, but the pedal goes to the floor, but the SOB just don't want to move? Doesn't tell me what truck, but that's a call we get a lot of times from every truck. Can you all talk about some different trucks and what that means with them?
Well, pretty much with any truck, the
fuel.
Just figuring out what that is. If it's fuel-wise, it could be lack of fuel pressure, lack of lift pump being able to keep up. Tune might be not written correctly as far as what you're needing it to do. Converter, clutch. If you got some slippage going on.
There's a lot of different things.
There
really is. We get that call a lot. But depending on what truck you have when you call in, we're probably going to be able to go, hey, this is really common on that truck type of a deal. 2004 F-250 6.0 H-pop went out. What would you recommend for an upgrade if I get stage 1 injectors and a KC stage 1 turbo?
Probably the diesel side, adrenaline. As far as upgrade to H-pop,
That's really the only upgraded one we offer.
Unless there's some other people out there we just don't know about.
All right, guys, we are running short of time. We've only got a few minutes left, so we'll get probably about 3 more questions, and then we'll wrap up. Have a 6.0, ran out of diesel, replaced the lift pump, and still won't start, even on ether. Is there a trick to bleeding the lines?
Not really on a 6-liter, and those things, as far as I know, you just got to keep going at them. Do you know if you're making fuel up at the engine? I guess I should say.
Getting fuel in the filter housing.
Getting fuel in the filter housing and making fuel all the way up there.
I have a 2009. I can't read that one. Never mind. How much power can I get out of my 06 Cummins with a stock injectors and stock turbo?
About 500 horsepower, and that's going to be it with a good EFI tune on it. And lift pump.
0867 Cummins, looking to ditch my VGT and manifold. Best turbo and manifold to go with.
Shoot, there's about 3 of them, man. I sell a lot.
What are they?
You got your BD kits. BD's got some solid kits, nice kits out there. Industrial as well. Industrial's got some really nice kits. And then Fleece. That's
and
probably
H&S Motorsports.
Oh, and I'm sorry, yeah, H&S Motorsports. Now, if you have somebody that you want to get a turbo through, we sell also GNR that can get you the complete kit, just no turbo. That's a really nice kit too that Galen and them do.
All right, pull the cab on a 6.0. I'm sorry. Pull the cab or pull the motor to do head gaskets on an 06 LBZ, which is the easiest. The 06 threw me off on that. Don't know. I don't know which one would be
I would say probably
easier.
leave it in.
If you can.
I would say probably leave it in and pull the cab.
Yeah, that's probably what I would do too.
I don't know that for a fact.
That one threw a curve. We'll have to get with him. We'll do some investigating.
All right, guys. It is 3:30, so we're going to wrap
stop,
up.
guys.
We have been blown up today. This has been one of our better shows.
Thank you.
Just want to remind everybody, we still have several Black Friday sales going on. They're continued. You have probably till Friday to get most of these. I guess today's Thursday. I've lost track of time. A bunch of these are going to fall off on Friday. Some of them will be extended on out. Right now, you can still get 10% off all AirDog products. You can get 10% off Fast Titaniums. That's only the Titaniums, not the new Signature Series. You can get 15% off MBRP. You can get 10% off PPEI Easy Links. The Easy Links only are 10% off.
Or support packs.
Or support packs?
Yeah.
Okay, look at you guys knowing something on sales there. And 15% off on fleece. The 15% off on fleece is a huge deal, especially if you're looking to get a turbo or something like that right now. So if you guys have more questions about that, you can jump on the page. There's a button that says Holiday Deals. Click that. You can see every holiday deal we still have going on. Take advantage of those. They only happen once a year.
Doesn't the tip one come up too?
What tip one?
From Diamond Eye?
Diamond Eye free tip starts tomorrow.
Tomorrow, so
Yeah, so there you go. You guys that are watching, that are still on here, the 50 of you all that are, tomorrow we'll be offering free tips with Diamond Exhaust System. So thanks for watching. We will make Wade come back on here next week no matter what. If we didn't get to your question today, don't forget, you can always message the page. We will get back to you in some form or another, or you can always give us a call, 866-737-4966. We offer free advice. We hope you guys will take advantage of that. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next week.
Oh, God,
Bye.
Bye.
Arrivederci.